Hello kids, I'm Miss Rachel. We're so glad you joined us again this week to learn another great lesson from our series called the Non-AVENGERS. In this amazing series, we're learning incredible stories of total forgiveness from the lives of heroes in the Bible. Our story today is pretty scary for a woman who was brought before Jesus by an angry crowd. They said she committed a sin, and the law at that time said the woman's punishment would be to pay with her life. What will Jesus say? Will he condemn her too? Will Jesus make a powerful statement asking the people around her to become non-avengers? Will we all learn how we can forgive others because we all make mistakes? I can hardly wait to see this one. It sure is a nail biter. Let's turn it over to Sam Fury as we join her thrilling interview with a man who was at the scene of this incredible story. You will not want to miss it.
I can't believe Jesus did this. I mean, who does he think he is? Letting the woman go free? That woman was a sinner. She broke the law. And who is he to tell us we need to forgive her and let her go?
Something the matter, my friend?
Yeah, something's the matter. That guy, Jesus.
Really?
Look, we brought a sinful woman to him, a woman who has made a huge mistake, and the law is very clear she must perish, and he told us to let her go. Can you even believe that?
No, I really can't.
Thank you.
Because that's not what he said.
I heard it with my own 2 ears, okay?
I heard it too. And what he said was, if anyone here has done anything wrong, then he can be the first person to throw a stone at her. That's what he said, right?
I don't remember it all that well.
Sure you do. You were there with all the others, rocks in your hands, ready to throw. But after Jesus reminded the crowd that we all make mistakes, something began to happen. All those stones started dropping to the ground.
What was I supposed to do?
We've all made mistakes just like her.
I don't think you understand. Not just like her. But yeah, I make mistakes every day.
We know in our hearts of hearts that we have no right to stand in judgment of those who make mistakes.
I know, but I get it. It really bothers me.
It's okay. We need to forgive others for their mistakes because we've all made mistakes.
It's just hard for me to accept that I know I've had many mistakes. But it's hard to imagine that there's a God who will forgive them all.
Well, kids, I was kind of hoping that this man might be recruited into our Non-Avengers initiative. But forgiveness is kind of our thing. And it doesn't sound like to me he's ready for that. To know that we have a God that forgives all our mistakes, I guess we're just going to have to wait. So let's tune into the story, then we'll head on over to the Heroes of Faith studio to finish up with Shelley and Rachel. This is the story of a simple woman.
Hello?
One morning, Jesus appeared at the temple to teach. People gathered round him, and he began to tell them stories about how to live a good life. Suddenly, a woman was brought before Jesus. They told Jesus that she had been caught in a terrible sin, and according to law, she must be stoned. They asked Jesus what he thought. Jesus knew the men were trying to trick him with this question. But Jesus bent down and started to write on the ground with his finger. Then Jesus straightened up, and he said to the crowd, "Let any one of you who has never made a mistake be the first to throw a stone at her." Again, he stooped down and wrote on the ground. Those who were around the woman all began to drop their stones to the ground at their feet. Then they began to leave one by one. When Jesus was the only one left, he straightened up and asked her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one found you guilty?" "No one, sir," she said. "Then neither do I find you guilty. Go now and leave your life of sin." The beautiful part of this story is Jesus did not find her guilty. He forgave her. Jesus came to the earth so he could forgive the sins of the whole world. He wants us to be forgiven. He wants us to forgive others as we have all been forgiven. The end.
Welcome back, kids, to the Heroes of Faith studio.
We're so glad you could join us. Shelley Grace and Barbara Wawa are on vacation this week.
Wow, Shelley, that story sure was a tough one. I mean, it's important that we remember that we are not perfect, and we all make mistakes. Knowing that we can forgive because God forgives us can help us to become non-avengers.
When somebody makes a mistake that hurts us, our natural desire is to have justice. We want to set things right. We want to make them pay for what they did. But when we stop and remember that we're just human, and they are just human too, we can ease our anger and forgive them.
Shelley, what are you doing? Is it someone's birthday? I know it's for sure not my birthday, and unless I had the date wrong, it's not your birthday either.
I brought this birthday cake with a candle in it because it represents several things. Things that we all have in common. First, we were all born. Secondly, we've all had someone sing happy birthday to us, and then we've all blown out the candle on the cake. Not only that, we also, all of us, breathe the same oxygen we need to make blowing out this candle easy.
Our lesson today reminds us that we have more things in common with the people around us. We all make mistakes. We all break the rules, intentionally or sometimes unintentionally. Nobody in this room is perfect, and we all need forgiveness.
That's so true. Only God is perfect, and only God can correctly judge us and other people for our mistakes. Like our tip for hope says, we can all forgive others because we all make mistakes.
Let's remember the things we have in common. We're all God's children, and we all make mistakes. Well, I guess that's all for now, Shelley.
I can't wait to see what the story's going to be next week. So join us for this Non-Avengers initiative by forgiving one another.
I could have not said that any better.
Hey, you want to eat this cupcake with me?
I sure do.
Oh, it's so yummy.
Yum.